Yeah. Hey, thank you very much for signing up for the mini course. I really appreciate it, and I will not let you down. In fact, in this very video, I'm going to teach you how to make people miss their punches and instantaneously put them to sleep for trying to punch you to begin with.
But you already knew that, so what are we doing here?
All right, let's start making you impossibly hard to hit and impressing the panties off your friends.
We begin with slip technique.
Now, the first thing I want to point out about any slip or any head movement is that ideally you want to make these moves as small as you possibly can. In most cases, the smaller the better, for a few reasons. The first, quite simply, is that you don't have to move your head very much in order to make a punch miss, so let's not waste movement and let's not waste any time. If you were to look at the point where a fist would make contact with my face, you can see that I barely have to move my head in either direction to make that punch miss entirely and whiz directly past my head.
Plus, overslipping makes you tired, tossing your big old head around.
So look, if that guy has to step in and throw his fist 3 feet in order to hit me in the face, and all I'm doing is racing to the 6-inch mark, there is no way that that guy is going to hit me in the face.
Unless a punch is disguised, it should be easy to slip.
Now on top of that, I want you to keep in mind that if you get to the point that the guy's punch has missed by moving quickly 6 inches, you can move immediately into your counter strike, and if you execute that movement fast enough because it's small enough, you can crack him in the face before his punch even has a chance to return and protect himself.
So slip small and counter fast to stop combinations before they start. And slow-mo.
And hey, even if you're not quick yet, it doesn't matter because most people are terrible at bringing their hands back to a place where they're actually protecting themselves.
Fire the counter and it's going to land.
Now, I almost forgot to point out that it doesn't even matter if the guy's throwing a left straight or a right straight.
Since your opponent's aiming at one point, you can do the same slip and both of his straight punches will miss.
That means you don't have to read straight punches, you just have to move your head. Now the next thing I want you to do is stand up and take your fingertips and put them on the outsides of your thighs. And then you're gonna crunch your obliques or your side abs hard enough to bring your fingertips 4 inches down your thigh. And then go to the other side. Boom, bam, boom, bam. All right, that's the muscle that pulls your head to the side of a punch. So obviously it's really important in the slip game.
Take a second to bang out a few of those side crunches so you can see what they feel like.
Now you need to combine that with another movement called the shoulder pop. So if you were to imagine that there's a ball floating magically in front of your chest, and you were to take your right shoulder and try to smack that ball 45 degrees down towards the ground, that would be a shoulder pop. Boom. So now we just combine those two simple movements, a tiny shoulder pop and a tiny oblique crunch. Bam! That's all you need to do from the upper body standpoint, whoop, to make a punch shoot right over your shoulder. So bang out 30 reps of this or 50 reps of this because I want it to be burned into your muscle memory and completely infallible by the time we're adding the footwork.
In fact, you can go ahead and do that right now. I'll just wait right here. All right, that's enough.
Now, it is massively important that you program yourself to take a step with every single slip because chances are you don't want to be exactly where you were when that guy first started punching you. Now, for the purposes of making people miss and then putting them to sleep, I want you to program a 12-inch step in, encroaching on your opponent, moving you closer with every single slip, no matter how bad your brain tells you it wants to move backwards and slip while moving away. I want you moving in to start. And the reason is simple. If your opponent's straight punches this long, well, your hooks and your uppercuts, the big power strikes that you have that are going to put that dude to sleep, they're much shorter strikes. So if you're not encroaching by 12 inches to drill that dude, well, you're probably not going to be able to reach him, especially if you're a smaller guy fighting a larger opponent. Everything that dude does with his arms is going to be longer than whatever you do. So if you're not getting in close enough to hit him, well, you're going to hit nothing but air.
Look, it doesn't have to be a big guy versus small guy thing. I'm 6'2" and I still love slipping in and clubbing people in the head. If I wanted to play a little safer, I could step back with the same slip. If I needed to get away from moving traffic or a curb, I could step to my left with the same exact slip. If you can program a side crunch with a shoulder pop and a step, you'll build the ability to make any straight punch miss while moving in any direction and also loading up a counter strike. And that's a whole lot more valuable than a lot of the stuff you'll find in my YouTube comment section.
I would have just faked the punch and then destroyed your face. I hit you so fast and so hard, your head would explode, your brains would be all over my shirt, my face, and on the ground, and everyone would be cheering me on. Woo! woo. And I tell the camera, keep filming. Get the blood. Get all the blood. Yeah.
So take about 2 minutes to step in every direction 10 times with your right shoulder popping forward, and then step in every direction with your left shoulder popping forward, and now you have movement potential plus punch dodge potential. And now we can move on to knockout potential.
The reason why your shoulder pop is so important is because it allows you to load up a punch. So if I'm waiting for whatever punch you're going to throw at my head and I dodge and I pop this shoulder forward, I've now brought my left shoulder back into the rear. I give it more space and more distance to pick up speed on its way to your hypothetical head, and I get to involve all of my core and my torso muscles, boom, as I unwind this strike. That's going to add a massive amount of power. And if I want to have the most destructive strike that I can have, it might be worth doing this movement and making that movement and that wind and unwind of my torso as explosively powerful as possible.
So whether you're throwing massive hooks, head-snapping uppercuts, or quick up-jab counters, how many times can you twist and untwist your torso before it burns horribly?
Such activities will help you build some savage power and some decent abs. Now, while this feels really obvious to me, I still feel obligated to say that you never have to wait for somebody to throw a punch in order to do this stuff. So anytime you want, go ahead and pop a shoulder forward, drop a couple of strikes, and then exit back out. It's obviously an entry with head movement, getting you close enough to hit somebody. You're moving your head so you're safe. You're not likely to get blasted in the face. Pop, boom, and then you get to crack the guy in the skull a couple times.
So whether it's at the beginning of your combination or right in the middle, anytime you want to load up power in a strike, you slip and pop your shoulder. You're not telegraphing a punch, you're creating a moving target while simultaneously loading up ridiculous amounts of power, and now it's up to that guy to dodge a punch.
Fortunately for you, he probably doesn't watch my videos.
He probably watches all the other nonsense on YouTube.
Throwing shot. It's root for real, baby. Hey! Hey!
Oh, it stung a little bit.
Now obviously there's much more to learn. I could spend 10 minutes just teaching you how to decapitate people with uppercuts, and hey, you only know one slip at this point. Well, if that guy decides he wants to throw a right hook and you want to use the slip, could obviously be problematic. So there's more stuff I gotta teach you. And lucky for you,
I will gladly do so.
now, believe it or not, most people watching this video don't even make it past the first 2 minutes because they're not serious about learning, or they just get distracted by something else. But not you, sir. Not you. You watched the entire thing, and that tells me that you're actually serious about learning this stuff. So I'd like to take a quick second and make you a ridiculously special offer that the non-watchers out there will never see.
Serves you right, non-watchers.
So right now, a button will have popped up directly under this video, and I stashed another button at the very bottom of this page. If you click on that, I'll take you to a ridiculously special offer on my full head movement training course. And if you jump in this course within 7 days, nobody will be able to punch you in the face, and I'll teach you more than enough stuff to win every single street fight that you ever encounter for the rest of your life. So by all means, click one of those buttons and check out another fantastic video from the folks here at Fight Smart.
By that I mean me. I'm the folks.
Otherwise, have a fantastic day. Keep checking your email for the next couple of free lessons, and hopefully I'll see you on the other side. Hiya!